I am going to start doing something that I really haven't done. I've all the time wanted to do it. It's just not a thing that I've done on the channel, and that is movie reviews. And I've all the time thought, what film would I watch and review if I started doing this? And I've waited, thought, what better time to do it when we're having a new Spider-Man film? So what I am going to do is going to watch certainly the first Raimi Spider-Man trilogy, starting with Spider-Man 1, as you can see back there. And I don't know if I'll watch the Amazing Spider-Man films. I don't know. I don't particularly like the films. I don't just first one's alright. The second one's just horrendous in so much ways that I don't really want to watch the film. But we're going to watch the Raimi Spider-Man trilogy, and this is mostly a lot of people's favourite, like, just for different reasons. Personally, like, he is still my favourite Spider-Man. The trilogy is still my favourite. I don't know if Spider-Man 1 is my favourite Spider-Man film. I like the second one. The third one is, I think the first half is alright. Amazing Spider-Man 1, like I said, it's probably just because I like the fights in it, that's all. And I like, what one is it? It's called Far From Home. I like that one. But about that, I don't really think any out of that, they're not very good films to watch. They're not enjoyable, or they're not accurate and all that. But you could say that that's normal. A lot of the Spider-Man films aren't going to be accurate in different ways. But I think Raimi's is the one that you kind of know that he knew what he was doing. Now, you could say, well, the third one he didn't. That wasn't really his fault that the film, the way it was just supposed to actually have amazing Sandman in it. That was it. That was changed because Sony wanted Venom. And Raimi even said he didn't know that much about Venom and all that. So watching that, when you watch the first two and then watch the third one, it is a wee bit odd. It just really is a weird film, but the first one is very good. I actually think it's probably maybe the darkest Spider-Man film we have got. Obviously the new one is supposed to be very dark and all that, and I hope that is the case, because it's Spider-Man's not supposed to be it's not all the time kid friendly. There's been stories that he's been super dark, he's been actually very dark. Kraven's Last Hunt, that has a lot of dark stuff in it, and it's a very good Spider-Man story. Probably maybe my favourite Spider-Man story, I don't know. That's possible. It's just a very good story. That's very good. Or the new Amazing Spider-Man comics. Some people didn't like Hunted. I loved that. I absolutely loved it. Just loved it. Loved the covers. I loved everything about it. Some people said it was too long, but we're not talking comics. Kind of. But this film is amazing in so much ways, because the pace that it has is very, very good. When you first meet Peter Parker, you show that he's a sad. He's just sad. He's not cool. He's not popular. His only friend is Harry, and that is it. It's never really. He doesn't really have any other friends. That's the thing. He doesn't really have any other friends. And one thing I will say is Harry, I got his. So in the beginning of the film, we meet Peter Parker. He's trying to go to the bus, and MJ does stop the bus driver, saying, "Just letting him in. He's been following us for ages," and that kind of annoys other people, but whatever. And it just becomes no one wants to sit with him in the bus. Even the another girl, she's not even called a name in the film, but she's another Deke in the film, and it shows that he's a real sad, that no one really cares about him. It is the way it is. This was, I will say this, that really a lot of them look very old, and I know that is the case, but it's very odd sometimes. It's a wee bit odd watching it and then seeing it and you're like, what's going on? But he goes to the bus. It's never been said if there is a seat that he could sit. I'm assuming that he probably didn't, because everyone hated him, but whatever. And the film is very good, because when you come out the bus, Harry doesn't want anyone seeing Harry coming out of the car, the limo. He asks his driver to kind of go at the back so no one sees it. And Osborn, this is the first time we're meeting them, and he's like, why not want to walk in? We're right there. So, and he says he doesn't want to do it. It's like, not really. He just kind of explains that he doesn't want anyone seeing it. And his dad does say, why would you be embarrassed and all that? So the point is, Harry's not really particularly happy with that. That isn't like, he doesn't really like that it's not really said that he's not happy that his dad's got money and all that. I mean, it's kind of just saying these other kids don't have that, he's the one that does it. It's kind of like missing out in a way, in a different, I don't know what it is, but that's what it was. And then Harry comes out, Harry meets Peter, saying how are you and all that, just, like buds do, and his dad comes out, you got your bag, school bag, and Peter meets his dad the first time. It does look like it is his first time. It's a wee bit odd that it is his first time meeting him, and at the point that he has got a company to do, but doesn't really. If you've a sample, Spider-Man PlayStation 4, brilliant game, play it, it's amazing. If you have a PlayStation, play it, sample. And even Harry's dad knows who Peter is. He's met him. He's known him. He even says that anything you want, I can get you. And it says that in the film too. If you want anything, you need anything, just call me and I'll do what I can do. And that's what he does. That's what he says, and it's PlayStation. That's what happens in PlayStation 1, Marvel Spider-Man, whatever you want to call it. In this, it's like, it sounds like, and it looks like it's the first time they've ever met. But in the end, like, kind of, there's different in other scenes that he meets him. He's like, oh, you're like my son. And I think it's the point of saying that Peter's better than his son, but he's not like saying it, but I think it's kind of point of saying Peter's a wee bit intelligent, he's good with science, he's very good with science, he's he's happy, he's happy if he needs any help and all that, just give him a ring. I like that. It kind of shows that Peter knows that he has a wee bit of a friend at that, but that's good. And at the end, obviously, you see, this isn't really a spoiler, because this film is next year is just going to be 20 years old, so too bad. I think it's most people will know that Green Goblin died in that film. So sorry that you've not saw a film that's 19 years old, but good. But it's very good, and I like that. It really does show that he trusts that Peter knows that he has a wee bit of a alliance, not alliance, no, could you call it alliance with Harry's dad, that maybe he's lost a father figure, he's now got a new one that he can count on him in a little bit. That I like that. I think it's like very good, but I would have liked a little bit more that they kind of knew they've met before, maybe not like talked, but more they've met before. It just kind of feels a wee bit off a little bit. It's mostly shown that it's not like Harry's the new kid. He's known Peter for ages, he knows all this, but it's good. Anyways, but I do like the way that they do Spider-Man and Green Goblin, kind of the same time when they become who they are, Peter becoming Spider-Man and Green Goblin, Osborn, Green Goblin. And I absolutely love the way that they've done that. I think it's very good, because obviously you're not going to be doing, this was the 2000s, so doing kind of the same stuff that they done in the 60s would be a little bit off. It would be a wee bit weird. I mean, I would be fine with it, but some people would be a wee bit strange. And that's the kind of whole point, that they're kind of changing a little bit, like the way that I know a lot of people will not be. I've never heard anyone saying anything bad about the way of Spider-Man, that it's real and it's in his skin, it's in his body and all that. I don't know if that makes any sense. I don't know how you would have that. It's not. I mean, he's had it before, but that was actually after the film came out. It was after the films. That's why they done it. But I would have actually. I like it when they have the what's it called? Gauntlet. I think that's not the word, but whatever it is. When it's not real webbing, it's like he makes it. I like that. That's one thing I will say about the Amazing Spider-Man. They've done that. I really do like that. That kind of shows intelligence to Peter Parker. It you kind of see that a little bit of Tom Holland's Spider-Man, but mostly his original suit. He just made one webbing and another one Tony Stark makes, and then Far From Home, he doesn't really make that. It's a computer that makes it from, so it's a wee bit odd. But I'm not that bothered, and even if, because you have no guarantees if that ends the webbing. So would you not have backup and just be like, oh wait, how could I make something with this? You know, they could have just kind of said that. But it's not a big deal for me. But yeah, whatever. The suit in this is awesome. I love Spider-Man's suit. In fact, not to go back to video games, but kind of PlayStation 4, the Marvel Spider-Man, I just call it Spider-Man because it's somewhat easier. I play that suit more than any suit. I'll maybe play the classic suit, I'll play 2099 suit, I'll play all that. But the Raimi one, that's what I do most. And I do like the first suit. And if you could say there's not a difference with the suit, there is a teensy bit of a suit difference. With the first one, it is a wee bit. It's dark blue, and it's dark blue, dark. And I like in this video game that asks you when you're playing it, and it's dark wee bits, you can't really be seen, and you could say, well, most of the suits, not really. The Raimi suit is a wee bit different in the game, but that's just a wee detail that it's pretty cool, and you can kind of see that in the film, some scenes. But Spider-Man 2 is a wee bit different suit because it's more of the way I kind of thought was Amazing Fantasy 15 kind of suit, that it's not blue, it's actually dark. It's just kind of black. It looks a little bit blue, but it's black. Simple as that. That's the way I saw it. But I absolutely loved it. The third one is actually, it's kind of gone back to the first one, sorry. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it. I love it. Green Goblin, I absolutely love. I'm going to say it. We had Green Goblin, the original suit, in the new 2000s. I don't think it would be as good. This is probably my favourite Green Goblin suit. The Raimi suit is probably my favourite suit of Spider-Man. Of all the suits that we've ever got, comics, we've got video games, we've got all this. Probably the film, this one, probably my favourite Spider-Man suit. So it's pretty cool. I love it. But if I was going to say anything bad about the film, I couldn't really. About the suit or anything. It's hard to say. Top of my head, I don't really think of any of them. But I really need to talk about the acting because the acting is absolutely awesome. I love Jameson. Jameson is awesome. This is the best Jameson we've ever got. I don't care what one you talk about. I think most of I will say it, I do believe all of them have been good. TV show, the 19 show, the 90s show. He's very good at that. Really like that. What's the next one? Obviously, this is probably my favourite. It is my favourite. I like the PlayStation 4 one too. I think it was very, very good. You don't really see him. You only see him in Miles, and that's all. And the Tackler Spider-Man is very good. Probably my second favourite, probably. I would assume so. But I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. And I love the scene that Green Goblin tries to, like, I'm a wee bit confused at this, but right, with Jameson, he does his cigars, smoking it in. Does he throw it? Because you never see him throwing it. But he's doing this, and then he takes thrown back by the Goblin and explodes. And I do like the scene that that same scene that you would be seeing that Jameson would be kind of saying, "Hey, I don't know who this guy is. We just did this in the mail." I think that was very because they could have just gone saying, "Hey, there he is, right there." But it kind of shows that even if Jameson is a wee bit weird, a wee bit of a loony, he does have a wee bit of a heart, and he does say, "I'm not going to tell you." He doesn't say that obviously, but he's kind of showing, "I'm not going to tell you." And that is just kind of Jameson. It's very good. I did enjoy it, and I like the scene, all the scenes that he does, and saying that just every scene's good. Love that same scene when Goblin's talking to Jameson, and Spidey's saying, Jameson's like, "Oh, I knew you two were in this together." He said, "Quiet, like mum and dad talking." That was good. That was a good Spider-Man joke. And we can't not talk about this. The memes of this film is, I think Spider-Man 3's mostly got the biggest memes I have ever heard. Probably. With just the see up chump and all that. That's just funny. But Spider-Man 1, this one, has got a good one. Ouch am I? And that's just the best one. That's right. But that was just so. That's a good one. That is a good one. But yeah, it's a joy. And there's another one. Some other ones, but it's good. But this film's just brilliant, and MJ is pretty good. I think the next two, is just, she's kind of more of a plain character. In this one, she has more of a character in it. But the number two is she's kind of just there to be there, you know. But I do enjoy Aunt May and Uncle Ben. Uncle Ben and Aunt May, probably not my favourite Aunt May, but my favourite Uncle Ben. If you've never read Spider-Man comics, Aunt May does not Aunt May in like the classic Spider-Man comics, 60s, 70s. Aunt May did not like Spider-Man. She didn't. She just didn't like him. And I'm so happy that they never done anything with Green Goblin, Doc Ock. I know that's the second one that we can talk about that, but I'm just saying she was just there to be there. But I do enjoy her in this one. I think she was good. She was a character. She was a character. And I know a lot of people like Spider-Man 2 more than all of them. I did that. But this is probably more got of a lot of them have characters for the sake of being characters. They're not just there to throw it there. They're there to be there because they're characters. And we can't not talk about the video game. And the video game of this is amazing. I don't have it right now. I don't actually have it at all now. I actually got my PlayStation 2 away. But that game's good. But it's a very fun game to play. But play that if you can. Then watch film if you want. But I think that's about it. Yeah, that's probably it. But yeah, this has been a wee bit of a long video, but whatever, I'll try to make it a wee bit shorter. This is my first time doing this, so I will try to make it a wee bit shorter. But if you even like long videos, you know, do a thumbs up and all that. Do a thumbs up even if you like the video. And of course, subscribe if you like the video, or if you want, don't. Just wait for the other videos. I'm trying to do a wee bit more active on my channel. Just because I want to do videos of, I want to play video games in the channel, and just needing to kind of need to call the stuff set up and all that. But yeah, I love doing these videos, just videos in general, not obviously these. But if you enjoyed this, I will do Spider-Man 2 probably Monday or something, just next week in general. But yep, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys later. Peace.